Hey there, my gorgeous friends. Let me ask you one simple question. Are you lonely? Where was I going with this? Okay, if you're lonely, then we're gonna build a Twitter bot with Python that's gonna automatically search for a keyword or a hashtag, and it's gonna pull up all the tweets related to that, and you're automatically gonna like them every few seconds in hopes that you're gonna get some followers back. Did that make any sense? No? Well, don't worry, because it's gonna work, and take a look. Let's see how that looks. So as you can see, we can just add a hashtag here, and we can run this, and it's automatically gonna open up a browser for us. It's gonna sign in, it's gonna log in. I use my alias name again, Dimitri Marco, representing, and as you can see, it's going to search for all the tweets. It's going to scroll down so it can get all the tweets, and once that happens, it's going to open up each individual one. It's going to drop a like, and it's going to wait for a few seconds, and then it's going to keep going. You can leave this up all night while you go to bed and sing "Yeah boy." So let's get going. What? You want to see a magic trick, don't you? All right, fine. All right, we have these two stupid rings, and once you hit the ring on the other one, it's gonna go through each other, and wow, amazing. Ow. All right, so shall we take a look? Let's take a look. So we hit it, and I swear to God, it worked the last time. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, before we get going, you're actually gonna need a few things installed, so let me quickly show you what you need. All right, so obviously we're gonna do this in Python, so you're gonna have to download Python if you don't already have it. Python.org, hit this one, the 3.7, and you're good to go. You're also gonna need Firefox if you don't have that downloaded, install that. And finally, we're gonna need something called a Gecko driver. So go on Gecko driver here, all right, and scroll until you find these downloadable links here under assets, okay? And just get the one your computer uses. So Windows or Linux or Mac, depending which operating system you are on. I'm on Windows, so I'm gonna download this one. Okay, let me kind of show you where you can put this. So whenever we run our Python app, it's gonna actually open up a Firefox browser. All right, so we need to put this into somewhere in Python. So I have it here in downloads. So this is the one we downloaded. So the 64, make sure you unzip this one. So unzip it. And here is the unzipped one. So I believe it's an executable. Yeah, it's just an executable. So copy this, and I'm gonna show you where to bring it. So we can go to C, we can go to users. I'm gonna go to dev.ed, and then app data, and local, and then programs, and then Python 3.7, and finally here you can copy paste this. So as you can see, it's here in Gecko driver. All right, so take a look up here again just to make sure that you don't get anything wrong. All right, and with this we can run a Firefox browser up with Python. Okay, so that's the reason why we're doing all of these crazy things. Okay, so let's install, we're only gonna need one package here, and just open up your terminal here, so new terminal, and we're gonna say pip install. See, I already did it here already because I actually messed up my tutorial, so I had to restart. That's why you're seeing it up there. But we're gonna pip install Selenium. All right, hit enter. I already have mine installed, so nothing's gonna happen. Okay, so let's import this package. We're gonna say from Selenium, we're gonna import the WebDriver. All right, that's the first one. We're gonna say from Selenium import. This is gonna be a long one. Actually, from Selenium dot, we're gonna say WebDriver dot, let me see what we need here. Common, and then we need the keys. All right, and with this, what we can do basically is we can add to inputs. All right, we can hit the enter keyboard, or we can add an input when we log in and things of that sort. So we're gonna say import keys. Okay, kind of long, but hey, what you gonna do? All right, enter. And finally, we're gonna import time, and we're gonna use this multiple times across our application. Whew. Okay, so what do we need? Well, we're gonna create a Twitter bot. So I think there's a good idea is to create a class here. That's gonna have different methods on top of it, so we can call like login or search for the tweets and things of that sort. So I'm gonna say class Twitter bot. All right, we're gonna create the class, and we can initialize it. So we can say define here. All right, so function, and we can call init like so with 2 underlines. Okay, and if you know JavaScript, which you probably know if you've been following my channel, this is kind of like a constructor function. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So here you would have this keyword and then whatever you want. So like name, age, and things of that sort. However, in Python, we use self. So not this, self, okay? And here I'm just gonna add username and password. Now I made a fake one. I made the new Twitter, so that's what I'm gonna use here. But you can add your own. Just be careful not to push it up to GitHub or anything because people are gonna see your password and username. Okay, so that's the first thing we need. So we define this function here in it. All right, and here I'm just gonna say self.username is gonna be equal to username. Okay, self.password is gonna be equal to password. And finally, we can create an instance of that bot by saying self.bot and set that equal to WebDriver.Firefox, like that, with a big F, and then we call this function. Okay, and with this, we can open up the page, all right? So we can open up Firefox, we can visit a link and things of that sort. So we would do something like bot.get this URL here and okay? So that's what this is. Okay, do we need anything else? Let me see, I think that's it. Perfect, so that's one. And then we can finally create one that's gonna log in for us. So a new method here on this class, we can say login. All right, we can call self here. All right, so we're passing in this. So again, we can make reference to this or this or this. That's why we pass it in there. All right, and here we can say bot equals to self.bot. All right, perfect. And then we can say bot.get, and then we can pass in the Twitter URL. So let's go on twitter.com, copy this and paste it in here. Okay, perfect. And then what we can call is time.sleep. And what this is gonna do is just gonna pause your app for like 2 or 3 seconds for the web page to load up. So nothing's gonna happen basically, it's just gonna pause. And we're gonna use this again multiple times just to wait the page to load up. And what we can actually do is we can test this out to see if it works. So all we need to do is to create an instance of this class. So I'm gonna say add equals to TwitterBot. All right, and here we would pass in our username and password. So our Twitter username and password. I created a fake one here, so I'm gonna say story of Ed at yahoo.com. Yes, Yahoo, I know, I'm old school. And the password is gonna be Dimitri Marco 94. Okay, and that's it. Now we're not using this right now. We're gonna use it eventually here, but I just wanna see if this actually opens up the browser for us. So finally, what we can do is we can call this login function. So we can say add.login, okay, and that's it. And we can run this. If we go up here and say python app.py, run. All right, we have an error, thank God. It's gonna say from Selenium, cannot import keys from Selenium, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so what's happening right now is that we're waiting for 3 seconds just to make sure that the whole page loads up. Here you can kind of customize it. If you have a slow internet, you can add more to it. Just try it out and see what works for you. For me, I have a pretty fast internet, so this should be fine. And the next thing we need to do is actually find these forms and fill them out. So what we can do is press F12 and we can grab this little arrow garbage and we can hit here, and that's going to give us the input, and it's going to say class, text input, email input, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can actually use this class to select it. So we can go here. So after we wait for 3 seconds, what we can do is we can create an email variable. So I'm going to say email, and we can set that equal to bot. We're going to use that bot again. All right, dot find underscore element underscore by underscore class underscore name. All right, I I don't know, it is what it is. All right, everybody does it the way they want, but they thought this was a good idea anyway. So here you would just add the class, and now this one has the class of email input. All right, it also has the text input, but I believe this one also has text input, so we're gonna just use email input here. So we just say email input, and that's it. Perfect. Let me actually show you another method, because this one only has text input. So we cannot really select it with the class because it's going to select this as well. So it's going to select this as text input. So what we can do is we can also look for other keywords. We can look for ID, which you can do by find element by ID. We can also do, let's take a look what we have here. Let me zoom in. Can you guys actually see this? All right, so here, where is that thing? Click. There we go. We also have class. All right, we can select it by name too. So session password, and that's pretty unique. So that's what we're gonna do. So I can create one with password too. And I'm gonna set this equal to, I can say bot.find element by name. All right, just by name. And here I can pass in this session password. So session password. All right, this one is in brackets, so make sure you add that. And what I actually want to do is before I submit this, I want to make sure that these are empty before I actually add the values and submit it. So this is just kind of a safe thing to do. I'm going to say email.clear. All right, just in case there's something in it, I'm going to clear it. And we're also going to say password.clear. And finally, we're going to add what we want in here with this keys. So the way you can do that is we can say email dot send keys. All right. And rather than writing it manually here, as you can see here, we actually added it down here. So we can just call self.username and self.password because it belongs to this entire class. So we can just say self username. All right. Well, probably email would have been better here, but all right, we're gonna keep it like this now. And we can say password dot send keys, and we can just say self. Let me make sure I add a dot here. Self dot password. Okay. Now, before we submit it, let's just give it a try. So run this python app.py again. Let's see. Come on, do the magic. All right, it's gonna wait 3 seconds and boom, there we go, it works. So it fills everything out. And the thing you can do is here is you actually don't need to look for this button. You can actually just hit enter and the form is gonna submit. So what we can do is down here, we can just say password again, dot send keys. And what we can pass in here is keys. All right, so this thing that we imported from the WebDriver keys. Dot, and we can hit enter. So as you can see, we can hit arrow down. We can do everything we want, delete. Yeah, you can pretty much do everything. But what we need to do is say return. All right, so the enter keyword, and that's gonna log us in. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say time.sleep. All right, I'm gonna give it 3 seconds to wait for everything to load up. Okay, let's take a look if that works. So run this again, python app.py, and wish for the best. All right. Come on. There we go. Log in, and there we go. We're logged in. Dimitri Marco. Empty Twitter account. Feels bad, man, but it's okay. Okay, so now what we want to do is actually search for a hashtag and then pull up the tweets and do the rest. Okay, so what we can do is we have this login, and now that we logged in, we can just create another function here. So let's go here, and we can say def. And this is gonna be like tweets or something like that, like tweet. All right, I'm gonna pass in self again because we're gonna use this. We're gonna use the bot. And I'm also gonna pass in hashtags so you guys can easily change the hashtag if you want. At the end here, you can just manually add it when we call this function. Okay, so what we need to do again is we can say bot equals self.bot. So we're getting that bot again from up here. And then what we need to do is get the link for a, let's say, let's call this bot.get. So we're gonna fetch another link here, and it's gonna be, let's just try one here. All right, I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna log in with my account, and I'm just gonna search for web development or something like that. All right, and it's gonna be this one, search queue. So that's the query, web development, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's the one we need to replace. So I'm gonna pass it in here. I'm gonna delete everything. I'm gonna close up the quotes here so I can add these pluses, and I can just say hashtag. Okay, perfect. So we can just manually pass in here whatever we want. All right, there we go. Let me get rid of these. Plus, All right, so we're getting whatever we're passing in here. And then we're gonna sleep again. Time.sleep, my favorite thing to do. Okay, so let's call it down here. So after we log in, we're gonna say like tweet. And I'm gonna pass in the hashtag, let's say web development. Okay, let's take a look, run this, and hope it works. Run it, pass in, perfect, and search, and there we go, it works. Okay, so now what I actually want to do is scroll down a bit, because the way this loads is you have to scroll down and it loads more content. So I want to load up quite a few pages here that I can like. All right, so that's kind of what we want to do, is to automatically make this scroll down for us a few times. So the way you can do that is quite simple. We're going to use JavaScript. I bet you didn't expect this one. So what we can do is we can say bot.execute _ script. So we can just run some JavaScript in here. And we can say window dot scroll to, all right, and we can pass in 0 here, like that, and we can just say document dot body, like that, dot scroll height. Okay, that's it. That's gonna scroll down for us. Now this only scrolls down once, so we don't want to do that. We want to scroll down multiple times. So what we can do is we can create a small for loop here. We can say for I in range 1 tree. All right, you can pass 10 or something more. I'm just gonna do 1 tree here, and then I'm gonna add these colons, and then we can run this multiple times. So I'm gonna add it in here. So this is gonna scroll all the way down. Then I'm gonna make it sleep a bit. So sleep like 2 seconds. All right, scroll down, wait a bit for the content to load, then scroll down again. Okay, and after we do that, what we can do is we can search for each tweet. Now, if you take a look here, if we select one of these, it's just called tweet. As you can see, class name tweet. So we can just get a tweet. We can say tweets. We can get all of them actually. So let's say tweets equals bot.find, and we're gonna say find elements now, not element, elements by class name. Okay, and we can just pass in tweet here. All right, the one from Twitter. Okay, tweet. Okay, now we have all of them. Very cool. So now what we can do is we can get the link for each one. So as you can see, when we click on them, you get redirected to whatever the guy's name is, status, and the actual number here. So a generated ID there. So to get that, there's actually a thing here. If we search, it has data permalink path, and that's the one we're looking for. As you can see, it says Chris, status, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but it doesn't have twitter.com before it. So what we can do is we can make some magic here. We can say links, and we can set this equal to, and we can just search for the element. So element, I'm gonna say elem.get attribute. Let me make sure I don't misspell this. And we can just get it by the attribute of data permalink path, like so, okay? And we can make a for loop here, so we can say for elements in tweets. All right, so what's happening here is we get this tweets, and we search on each element, and we get their data permalink path. Okay, does it make sense? Hope it does. We can actually console log this out. We can say print links now. And let's see if this works. Run this. Let me scroll down a bit. Yeah, this is gonna navigate, sign up. It's gonna look for the hashtag. And once it does, it should throw us back all those permalinks with each individual tweet. So let's see if it actually scrolls down. So it scrolls down, waits a bit, scrolls down, and take a look. Brilliant, perfect. Take a look, we get back all those tweets. So everything works just fine. Okay, now what we can do is say for link in links, so we can loop over all of these. Now the reason I'm doing this is so we can open it up again. We can say bot.get, and I can open up each individual link. However, what I need to do before that is to actually get this twitter.com and kind of interpolate it here with the string. So plus link. All right, so this just takes Twitter.com and just adds one of these. So it kind of loops over each one. And what do we want to do? We want to get each of these links. So we get one. Now what we can do here is try to like the tweet. And if it doesn't work, then we can handle it with an exception. So we can try. All right, and down here, what I want to do is actually get that heart button. So here, I want to get that heart button, this one, the like. And this has a class name of heart animation. So we're going to get that and click on that. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm going to say bot.find element by class name. That's fine. And I'm going to pass in the heart animation like that. And what I want to do is say dot click. All right, simple as that. And now I don't want this to go like every second, so I'm gonna give it a timeout. I'm not sure what Twitter uses, how much you have to add here so it doesn't detect it as spam. Let's do 10 seconds for now. Maybe do like a minute just to be safe. I'm gonna add 10 because I'm a bit edgy. Okay, and finally, what I wanna do is say except. In case we have an error here, I can say exception as X, that's fine. And I can just add a time.sleep for like a minute or so. So there we go, and let's give this a shot. So I'm gonna run this again. Let's go down here, run python app.py, and see if it goes. It opens up, wonderful. Add the email, log in, perfect, search. Okay, now it should search for each individual one. It's gonna scroll down a bit. And boom, opens up, and look at that, it gave it a like. Perfect. Now it lasts like 10 seconds, I believe. That's the sleep we gave it. And it's gonna go to the next one. Give it a like. Perfect. There you go. You can leave this running all the way. You can leave it running till the morning. So there you go. Thank you again very much for watching this episode. And you know what? You don't have to do this with Twitter. You can do it with something else. You can also do it with Instagram. And wait, you can actually sell this for like Instagram influencers that just want to get a ton of followers. Wait, I got this video. This is a brilliant idea. Don't watch it. I'm going to sell it myself. All right, everybody, that's going to be it. Until next time, Dimitri Marco is out.